It was a cold Tuesday morning in El Paso, Texas, and the diner was almost empty. Maria Alvarez stood behind the counter, wiping down the same patch of formica for the third time. The bell above the door hadn't rung in over an hour. Business had been slow for months now, too slow for comfort. Her father had opened Sunnyside Cafe 30 years ago. It was a place known for hot coffee, warm smiles, and big plates of huevos rancheros. But lately, kindness didn't pay the rent. Maria sighed and reached for the pot of coffee when the door creaked open. A gust of wind blew in along with a man in tattered clothes, his beard thick with dust and eyes tired beyond words. He stood, awkwardly near the door, as if waiting for someone to tell him to leave. Maria glanced at the man and then at the near-empty tip jar. Then back to the man. "Sit anywhere you like," she said gently, nodding to a booth near the window. The man hesitated. "I don't have any money," he murmured, his voice barely above a whisper. Maria gave a small smile. "Didn't ask if you did." She brought him a hot plate, scrambled eggs, toast, sausage, and a side of hash browns, then filled a chipped mug with steaming coffee. The man looked down at the meal, his hands shaking as he picked up a fork. "What's your name?" Maria asked, sliding into the booth across from him. "Thomas," he said. "Used to be Staff Sergeant Thomas Keller, U.S. Army." She nodded quietly. "Welcome home, Sergeant." They didn't speak much after that, just a few words exchanged, between bites. When he finished, she packed him a bag with some muffins and bottled water, and sent him off with a coat her son had outgrown. She didn't expect anything in return. She just couldn't let someone go hungry, not under her roof. The next day, the bell above the door rang at 6:45 a.m. Maria looked up from the counter and froze. Outside, stretching down the block and around the corner, was a line. Dozens of men and women in uniform standing quietly. Soldiers, veterans, reservists, young and old, some with medals pinned to their chests, others with scars across their faces. A few held small American flags. Some had brought their families. The first man through the door was clean-shaven and stiff-backed. He walked up to the counter and placed a $100 bill in the tip jar. "You fed one of our own yesterday," he said. Word gets around. Before Maria could respond, the next soldier stepped forward and did the same. And the next. And the next. Over 200 soldiers visited Sunnyside Cafe that day. They ordered food, left big tips, took photos, and shared stories. Some sat quietly, soaking in the warmth. Others offered to help fix up the building or repaint the faded sign out front. It wasn't a publicity stunt. There were no cameras, no reporters. Just people who understood what a single act of kindness could mean. Later that afternoon, as the last soldier was leaving, Maria saw Sergeant Keller standing outside with a quiet smile. He gave her a small, weathered salute. "You reminded me I was still human," he said. Her eyes welled with tears. In the weeks that followed, the diner never sat empty again. A few local news stations picked up the story. Volunteers helped renovate the kitchen. Veterans began meeting there regularly. Families in need were fed without charge. Donations poured in from around the country. Maria refused to pocket the money. Instead, she started a pay-it-forward program that offered meals to anyone who couldn't afford one, no questions asked. And through it all, Maria remained behind the counter, still pouring coffee with the same tired but genuine smile. When asked why she did it, her answer was always the same. Because one warm meal can remind someone they still matter.